I'm going to speak to you about two educational segments. The first one is about Duke University. Like I said, I'm going to keep this at a paragraph. There's a protest going on there um, for a noose being hung up there. That is nothing to be protesting. Stop going to the damn school. It ain't the only school. It's 100,000 schools begging for you to be there. And then, okay, no, no. What Duke have that don't no other university have? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, you're gonna make this school respect you and give you an education. That's stressful. You could be spending that time outside for the political prisoners such as H. Rap Brown and Muamba Abu Jamal. You could be spending energy on that, but spending energy on them having nooses at their university, it's not like you saw and know who exactly did. They're gonna continuously do this, so they're gonna continuously make videos. Stop signing your signature and stop sending your children to those schools. And a lot of that stuff you can learn by getting certification at independent training meetings. And now, if you gotta go be a doctor, a lawyer, you gotta go to school. But Duke, Oklahoma State, all these universities they're not the only schools you could go to. They're not. You know what I'm saying? People just don't want to do the research. They won't get stuck up and do something so quick on a brand. So, all people should be going out there are the beige people. You know why? That's they people. They need to go and talk. They need. I ain't gonna say need to talk. They need to go handle and pro show in front of them. That's who need to be doing it. But you as a black person don't need to be out there. Okay, you don't. That's they people that put that noose up on their campus. So I done kept that to a paragraph. Okay, you got too many other battles to be wasting your time at. Um, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Atlanta school scandal. And it is accused, this was some years ago when the story came out. Oh gosh. Whew, this was about 5 years ago, but they went to court recently. And I was listening to the taping on somebody's radio show, and I was like, oh gosh, I had forgot about this. So I thought maybe they had just gave them probation or just fired them from their jobs and let it go, but no. Woo. So, 11 of them was found guilty. They get sentenced this Wednesday. I've been informed. Um, and one person was acquitted. The person that was acquitted was a special ed teacher with a special needs child. And it also showed where her attorney spoke on the video and was also stating that she really was not even a part of it. There was somebody put her name into it, so they must couldn't have no signature that they was able to, that was traceable. And sometimes people get thrown in the stove. That's how the game could go. So it's accused that grades were changed so that the children can pass. I guess so they wouldn't get what that is occupied by the state, or get lack of funding, or there's many reasons why it's done. But this is my thing. You may not like what I say, but let me say what I gotta say. Okay, just because you go to college, you're not gonna have it easier. Okay, and you're gonna have to take these jobs in these economically challenged areas, which means you're gonna have to work miracles, which means you're gonna have to have productivity, and you're gonna have to have it hardcore. You're gonna have to be gifted with it, like Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles, and a lot of gifted people, Chrisette Michelle. You know, um, you're gonna have to be gifted, like gifted teachers and they got all this Common Core house. So how you expect a gifted person not gonna be able to work in Common Core curriculum? That's not gonna come out together. That's gonna always be conflict and mental fucking. So just because you go to college, you still gotta start from the ground up. You still gotta do some janitorial engineering, some custodial engineering. Okay, my thing was, it's a different thing if the children maybe was off by 1 or 2 points, but they at least need to have principal stuff. So if they're retaking front an all white board, or some people that they send from, from DC to come and, try to verify, it needs to at least be within range. It's not going to be exact, but it needs to be within range. So that means there needs to be harder tutoring work. And it is a challenge, I know, and I know what you're going to say. I know what everybody's going to do. Like, what you going to do about that crackhead parent? What you going to do about that trifling parent that, they just don't want to do? I know that is hard work. I know. Okay? And that's exactly why I'm totally, um, consensuous the challenge it is. So really, why are we applying to jobs that we know that we giftedly cannot do? I don't know why, especially serious jobs. This is not something where you're putting a toy together. And even if you want to do a good job, but come on, you're not cheating to put a toy together. I don't know how you could cheat at the seminar to put a toy together. I'm just saying. um, you know, ugh, this is. I mean, they had people young as I think the youngest person was about 30 years old, and I was like, okay, you didn't went to college, and you did better. Go get in some, some. Oh gosh, I just it just wooed me when people get into it over stuff that's just not worth it. Like, okay, and these children weren't gonna still be learning after they get taught. Okay, it just basically was like, okay, they have to be able to have the skills. They have to know what a prime, a composite, a mean, median, mode, asymmetrical, symmetrical. They have to know this stuff here. They have to know how to estimate. They have to know how to round off money. They have to know what decimal place stuff is in. They have to know how to use a card catalog. I mean, this is stuff that they should be learning. This is what after school programs, with the school reaching out to network with after school programs, tutors, and that's where politicians come into play and everything. Um, it's something that's easy to talk far away when you're not dealing up close with those real hard to deal with parents. We just can't, I can't deny it, because then I wouldn't be having a full conversational response. Um, and parents can definitely, they have the right to opt out of the test. Of course, it all depends. If you're teaching your child and so forth like that, but children have to learn. Um, and so I'm gonna give a take on the testing. I'm kind of for the testing. For when I went to school, they needed testing all day, every day. Cause I don't know, they just was like loose islands for real. Like they needed to do the schoolwork. They had the full. They need to be focused on school 24/7. Matter of fact, with me out of it. um. So this is, of course, I'm gonna say it's an unfortunate matter, and they are facing up to 20 years. It's not worth losing your degree, and this kind of reminds me, even though this case is for out in the obtuse, it's for the obtuse matter. But the teacher in Mississippi, master's degree, she had a child. Um, I was like, gosh, you're in an affair with somebody and you lose your job, you lose your freedom, you lose being in care of your child because you have to go to jail. And I believe she was on a capital murder charge, but I think they settled for life for her in Mississippi. I mean, a master's degree education and you lose it all to go to prison? No, no, no. I mean, gosh, she should have never ever had any kind of. I mean, then the guy got there and he moved off about his business. He ain't never get charged. I think he should have got some probation, or he should have been. He should have been tortured too, because it was all his fault. with that Mississippi matter. And this teacher that had a master's degree, she had a child, a son that she was taking care of, her only child. Tell you, it wasn't worth the love. You got a master's degree, you take a vacation during the summer and go somewhere and get you another man, okay? There's a lot of network meeting, the educational conferences and stuff. You can go meet you someone, even if you go to the physical therapist, conference, go to network meetings, and, maybe, but this guy here, I don't even know what kind of work he did. I think he was a coach or something, but gosh, it's just hard when people do senseless, get caught up in senseless crimes, accused of it, charged with it. And so that's the obtuse matter. So back to about the 11 teachers that's charged. They could be facing up to 20 years. Wow. They have a degree. That's what I always say about people that always love to throw. That's why they should go get a degree and act like degree is equivalent to the Bible resurrection. You know, education is good, but it's only good, you're still going to be having to face those Job challenges. Um, it's unfortunate with this matter here, so I recommend try to stay out of it. And these teachers here, working more with after school programs. Um, saying when you ask for a real solution for the inner city school, I don't know what degree or how bad off they really needed their grades changed. I don't know. But I definitely, this is definitely a ridicule story. And so definitely, I may cover it again, then I may not. No guarantee, but you hear it how you hear it. So tune in on Mondays. And in the meantime, review Stay as a Black Parent, Blog Talk Radio.